Hey Bulldogs, Chris Bryant here. Got a CCNP route video practice exam and lab for you entitled OMG. You can stick any expletive, 3 letters, 4 letters, or more that you want to in there, and you'll see just what I mean in just a moment. Just a quick word, want to let you know, thanks to you and your fantastic support of TBA, that we are now on Amazon with the CCNP Route Bootcamp DVD as well as the study guide. And the DVD includes online access to the videos. All you have to do is email us your receipt from Amazon. We'll set you up with the online access right away so you can watch the videos while you wait for your DVD to be delivered. So thanks again for your support in that. It's just the beginning of our partnership with Amazon. Now let's go ahead and call up the live equipment. And the reason that I mentioned expletives and 3 letters and 4 letters, however many you want to use, is that no matter how long you've been doing this, working with CIsco routers and switches, that is, you're going to have an OMG moment sooner or later. And you're just thinking, what in the world causes that? You get a little chill down your spine. And we're going to see one like this in just a moment, because it's really easy to do, especially in a lab where you're continually erasing configs or coming back to a lab after you started it and maybe you left a detail out, that kind of thing. Well, let's just say that you sit down here at router 2, which happens to be a spoke and a hub and spoke network, and you're configuring OSPF. So you just took a break, you just come back, etc., and you get ready to configure OSPF, and you start putting your network command in, and you get this. Now, I know you can't quite see all the message, but what in the world causes this particular message? You don't see this one too often. But, you know, if we remain calm and we look at the message, we can figure it out. OSPF for Nortrid, or no router ID, right? NORTRID. The process literally can't start. Now, this is a router. It's not a layer 3 switch or anything, so it's not a matter of, you know, enabling IP routing. It's enabled by default. What do we need to do here? What should we look at? Well, from that message, we're gathering that there is no router ID. The process can't start on it. You can see there must be at least, and then something about a router ID. Well, this is really simple to do and really simple to overlook in a lab environment. You might want to look at it for your test as well, because what I did in this particular case is I went ahead and set up set up layer 2. But the problem is I left the IP address off. And what's happening right now is there is no valid IP address for OSPF to use as the router ID. You know, in your CCNA studies, you learn those rules about the OSPF RID, and you better know them for your route exam as well. But here, literally, there's no IP address anywhere on this router for that particular process for OSPF to use. So we've got to give it one. So I'm going to go ahead and put an IP address on that particular interface. And it was already open, but we'll go ahead and check it anyway, because the interface that you're using also has to be up. And of course, if we were using a loopback, then we wouldn't have to worry about physically opening it, but a serial interface we do, obviously. So we're up and up there. Let's try that again now. And we'll give it a moment here. Notice it went right into router config mode, because I believe, even though I started entering a command before, you can see that when I typed router OSPF1, it did not go into config router mode. It stayed in config, and even though I started typing the network command, I was immediately interrupted. So again, it's really easy to look at this and maybe panic a little bit and say, oh my God, you know, broke OSPF, or look to see if routing is enabled, but that's not actually the issue. For OSPF to be enabled, you actually got to have 2 things. You got to have an IP address on that router somewhere for the OSPF process to use as the RID, and additionally, that interface with that IP address has to be up. That is it for today's route video practice exam. Join us out on Twitter, YouTube, our blog, and Facebook as well. And like I said, check us out on Amazon, because we're getting bigger out there every single day thanks to your support. I'm Chris Bryant. Thanks for making TBA part of your CCNP success story.